Today I fucked up by taking my brother to a strip club. Obligatory this wasn't today. It was roughly a year ago. My brother lives by himself well across the country. He flew over to the family for the holidays. He was here? He was down? It was time to go ham. I thought I'd take him out and show him a good night. So a strip club it had to be. A bunch of other friends with us, but my focus is on my brother. As socially awkward and challenged as he is, not that I'm much better, I want to show him a good time. Let the bro be happy for a minute. I say sit back and enjoy the show and vibe. Grab yourself a private dance. Watch our groups liquor and chill. I got you. No. Wrong. This is where it went all wrong. Shark grabs me by the nethers and drags me in back for a dance. I'm thinking. A little forward, okay, but I like an aggressive woman. She dances on me for 2 minutes and starts asking for 20x the amount for special services, and I being my broke ass self say no. Hell no. The girl will not let it go. She, just shy of starting a scene in the whole club, will not stop advancing and demanding. I say F that. It's been 15 minutes of bullshit with her demanding, and I've had enough. Where is my brother? I came with him to show his shy ass a good time. Nowhere. Brother? Gone. Friends? Gone. Liquor? Missing. I go WTF. I call the friends. Turns out they left after 5 minutes at the club. They got bored. Didn't see me or my brother. They assumed we'd left. Seriously? I called them immediately. You didn't see my brother? Where is he? I spent 20 minutes scouring every square inch of that cesspool for him. Not the slightest sign of him. I go outside to his car. He came with me, so we have to leave together. His car is my last resort. He surely didn't just abandon me and leave without me. Right? I was wrong. Entirely wrong. His car is sitting there. Driver's side door is open and there is my brother. Body out the door, passed out, drooping over his knees. I go WTF. What the shit? It's been 40 minutes since we arrived. He's already had fun, messed around, and passed out? I try to wake him out of the stupor. Ask him what's transpired. He opens his eyes, looks at me, and just starts swinging. The angriest look I've ever seen in his eyes. And we've had fights between us before, we're two guys, come on. But nothing. Just glazed over eyes, wild, instinctive, crazy full swinging and incoherent babbling. Nothing. Nothing I tried at all could get him to understand his situation or anything at all. He was simply so fucked up that he was completely gone. Just gone. It was terrifying. I smashed his swinging ass into the car and managed to close the door somehow. After 10 minutes of smashing his fists on the window to try to get to me, he gave up and slumped over. He must have passed out. I go, what the actual fuck was that? That was not my expected visit to a strip club. Not even a little bit. Fuck that. Although I managed to close the door, it's unlocked and my brother is past TF out. I sat down behind a truck and watched over him and the car all night long. After about 8 hours he came to. Since he seemed semi-rational or coherent, I persuaded him into the passenger seat and drove his butt home. He roughly explained over the next hour that when I went for my private dance, a girl came up, started chatting with him, and 5 minutes later the world went blank. Zero recollection of the entire night after 10 minutes of just sitting by himself, outside of remembering a girl dragging him to an ATM and demanding money. He apologized profusely for trying to fight me. He says that it was just an immediate blackout. No recollection at all of anything. He was roofied. 100% roofied within 5 minutes of me walking away from him. The woman must have thrown it into the beer he was sipping. You can't buy alcohol at these locations, so it's BYOB. He was sitting in that car, roofied and out of his mind for at least 30–40 minutes, while all our friends just left cause they didn't see me or him. I just thank God that he was too messed up to know how to turn the car on. Someone could easily just have ripped him out and driven off in it. I say that, but with that unconscious Hulk rage he was in. It would have been quite the fight. Maybe people had tried him and he was just in defense mode. I feel absolutely terrible. Those women are life-sucking vicious fucking piranhas. I wanted to give him a fun night out and instead ended up with him totally traumatized and now with the deepest trust issues I've ever seen. And I do not at all blame him one bit. I fucked up and now I don't know if he'll ever trust anyone again. Fudge. Too long did not read. Took my brother to a strip club to treat him to a nice time. He was promptly roofied by a woman and he turned into a really pissed off and unconscious Hulk. Instead of a nice time, I think I gifted him very extreme trust issues. I'm very sorry, brother. GIF. Giphy. WODXPDYYSQ31C, downsized. So the real question, how much did your bro take out of the ATM? Yeah. Your friends suck. So how much did you pay the shark? I can't even write this much on a high school essay. Today I fucked up by going on vacation with a friend I had never gone on vacation with before. So this just finished happening over the course of a week. Me and two of my buddies wanted to go to Vegas because one of them was celebrating his 50th birthday. I've known both of them for a decade. I went to Vegas 5 years ago with the friend celebrating his birthday, henceforth known as Mark, not his real name. And #X200B. My other buddy, who I'll call Rick, also not his real name. I went with we hadn't spent extended time together on any type of vacation. We would go to the bar, have a bonfire, drink, no typical guy stuff. I did know he had a weird propensity for wanting to have an itinerary when he went on his own vacations. And #X200B. Mark and I had fun 5 years ago and we just did what one does in Vegas. We played it by ear and went where we damn well felt like going. And #X200B. Rick, over the course of the last few months, started driving me nuts asking what we should do when and where and what time. I kept telling him we were on vacation, and we would figure it out while we were there, and the only things we needed to worry about were the shows we bought tickets for. I eventually told him if he wanted a strict schedule he should probably just work. And #X200B. The worst part about all this was that Mark, the previously free-wheeling buddy of mine, suddenly took on Rick's personality and also wouldn't stop hounding me on itinerary plans, and I finally had to tell him I couldn't deal with both him and Rick needing to know every single thing we would be doing by the hours. I eventually told him that I didn't give a damn what we did. We could go jerk off a homeless guy in an alley for all I care. He laughed, said he would leave that to me and backed off. And #X200B. Anyways, we get to Vegas, and both these guys wouldn't budge off their predetermined plans. Downtown on Wednesday? Sorry, we can't go to the buffet at Bellagio. Maybe when we're in that part of the Strip on Thursday. And #X200B. We did do a few things together like hung out at the pool, or saw some museums we had planned to visit together, and the shows we bought. But for the most part, I went off on my own and did my own thing. I had fun for the most part, but not as much fun as I could have had. I think this is the last time I go on vacation with Rick, and especially with Rick and Mark together. And #X200B. Too long did not read. Went to Vegas with a friend that's anal about his itinerary and spent most of my vacation on my own. And #X200B. Good God, this was boring. The today I fucked up is that at your age you didn't have the maturity to understand that structure is a functional way for someone else to experience their vacation. This was for your buddy's 50th birthday and you couldn't play along for his benefit. It's a key of functioning in a group setting. Sometimes it's time to lead, and sometimes it's time to follow. They clearly gave you multiple cues as to what they expected from you on this trip. Why didn't you tag along with them on their schedule? Can I have 2 minutes of my life back from reading this? Well, did the homeless guy in the alley get jerked off or what? Today I fucked up by punishing the sandwich thief with super spicy Carolina Reaper sauce. In a shared hangar with several workshops, my friends and I rented a small space for our knife-making enterprise. For a year, our shared kitchen and fridge functioned harmoniously, with everyone respecting one another's food. However, an anonymous individual began stealing my sandwiches, consuming half of each one, leaving bite marks, as if to taunt me. Initially, I assumed it was a one-off incident, but when it occurred again, I was determined to act. I prepared sandwiches with an extremely spicy Carolina Reaper sauce, a teaspoon in each, leaving a note warning about the consequences of stealing someone else's food, and went out for lunch. Upon my return, chaos reigned. The atmosphere was one of panic, and a woman's scream cut through the commotion, accompanied by a child's cry. The culprit turned out to be our cleaner's 9-year-old son, who she had been bringing to work during his school's disinfection week. He had made a habit of pilfering from the fridge, bypassing the healthy lunches his mother had prepared, in favor of my sandwiches. The child was in distress, suffering from the intense spiciness of the sauce. In my defense, I explained that the sandwiches were mine and I'd spiked them with hot sauce. The cleaner, initially relieved by my explanation, suddenly became furious, accusing me of trying to harm her child. This resulted in an escalated situation, with the cleaner reporting the incident to our landlord and threatening police intervention. The incident strained relations within the other workshops, siding with the cleaner due to her status as a mother. Consequently, our landlord has given us a month to relocate, adding to our financial struggles. My friends, too, are upset with me. I maintain my innocence, arguing that I had no idea a child was the food thief, and I would never intentionally harm a child. Nevertheless, it seems I am held responsible, accused of creating a huge problem from a seemingly trivial situation. The child is okay. No harm to the health was inflicted. It still was just an edible sauce, just very, very spicy. Too long did not read. Accidentally fed a little boy and an insanely spicy sandwich. You like spicy sandwiches? I don't see the issue. Maybe tell the parent and the kid to take some goddamned responsibility for their shitty actions. Play stupid games, win spicy prizes. You're good in my books, bud. Fuck that little thief and his shitty mother siding with him for stealing. You may have done him a good service and taught him the repercussions of theft at a young and impressionable age. I love the part how the mother took her brat to a fucking industrial zone with lots of dangerous power tool where people literally make and store knives. You don't have to be sorry. You need to take the rest of the sauce and shove it into her ass to finally make her smart decisions, bulb to fucking glow. Edit. Checked your profile. You are truly gifted man. I am literally drooling. Happy cake day. See, you fucked up admitting that you had ill intentions. All you had to say was that you like spicy and it was your sandwich and you didn't offer it to anyone. Should have never admitted to it.